Hello, all you wonderful creations out there. It is I, Supreme Me, and I'm here today to tell you about a show called Atlanta. It's wonderful. It's produced and acted in there by Mr. Glover and a slew of other cast members. I'll have their pictures here on the video, but it is a wonderful show that delves into many different things. It's like I'm watching comedy sometimes. It's like I'm watching art, and other times it gets serious, deals with heavy issues and topics concerning all kinds of different cultures in America, outside America, the music business, Hollywood culture of being famous and the struggles there, the struggles in being dark and brown skinned today, even the struggles of being from Europe and being of European descent. So it's amazing how it delves in all these little things, and family and careers and people's attitudes and all kinds of different things. I really encourage you to watch it going into it. It's a lot better than I thought it would and very thought-provoking, and I'm not just saying that because, that's what we say today. It really is. I just got done with season 4. As far as I know, there's only 4 seasons so far. If they're working on another one, I am not sure. But if there is going to be another one, just like Cobra Kai, I will be there to see that next episode. Mr. Glover and his cast are incredible in what they do and how they act in the set pieces they're in. It's really, 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 really good. And, so, let's get into the season. Season 1, basically, he's starting out. He's broke, he's not really serious, he doesn't really have any drive, doesn't really have anything in his mind that he wants to aim for or do. He is in a relationship with his co-star, I believe her name is Zazie Beetz, but her name is Vanessa in the show. And she is great for that particular character. And this is not your traditional relationship that they have. They're not married, right? They're living together. They already have a little one. He's always getting bail out of jail or broke or he's in trouble or he's just kind of, just not doing very well for himself in the beginning. And then his cousin is a famous rapper called Paperboy. All about the Paperboy, all about the paper. That's one of the songs on there. It's funny stuff. And then he's got somebody always with him, kind of like his man to make sure he's kind of taken care of. Not an agent per se, what Glover's character portrays later on in the later seasons, but he's basically there to make sure, he's taken care of and stuff like that. And he's from Nigeria, so he's got the Nigerian roots. So, season 1, it shows him how he is, kind of at the bottom, at the lowest of the low. His parents don't really want to talk with him, and the only time he comes around is when, he's asking them for money and they know it, and, he's struggling, basically. Alright. So by the end of season 1, he comes into his managerial role of his cousin Paperboy. And in season 2, he gets more into it, to my knowledge. He gets more into it. And, he's starting to make some money, starting to make some profit. Even though he gets into crazy situations without even trying, it just seems like the weirdness of life just finds him, but he manages to maneuver and get around it with his, wits and just being in the right place at the, righter time, because sometimes it's not always a good time, and so he ends up doing very well, by Paperboy, and, but it doesn't start well. It doesn't start well. I mean, because Paperboy gets kind of mad at him and even sees him as the problem, when they're in Atlanta trying to get gigs and trying to do things and stuff like that. Cause Paperboy is not like a new rapper. He's already been in the business for quite some time, and he's trying to kind of come back and be more relevant to today, and so the culture has changed a little bit from what it was when he was younger, and so that's what that is about. But yeah, it wasn't off a too good start, you know, like Glover had some issues with some of the guys that he would hang around and have with him and stuff like that, and so, yeah, he actually lost a fight and got his butt kicked, but he was really mad at the dude for ruining, the gig they had, but one of his friends, one of Paperboy's thug friends who recently got out, he pushed the girl down the stairs with that I don't care attitude. So Glover's character caught her, but that girl was crazy, you know, so she thought she was trying to do something to her or something, like touch her in a, you know, very not good way. And so there's like a riot starts because that means like, what, I just caught you. He just basically saved her from falling down the stairs because homeboy pushed her down the stairs, and then they want to blame him for that, and it's literally the thug guy's fault, but everybody's blaming him. I think that's the joke, right? That's what a comedy is. It's like, yeah, you won't address the person who really did it, but you're gonna blame somebody else, you know, who, you know, had nothing to do with it and who just happens, you know, to, physically weaker guy, you know, kinda not that important or not that cool as him, so he'll get blamed. Let's just blame him, you know, that's the attitude. That's probably what that was about. But anyways, after all that's said and done, we move over to season 3. Season 3, they go to Europe. So they've managed to do very good in Atlanta, and now they've done well for themselves. They're going to go to Europe and do a European tour out there. And boy, oh boy, there's some funny situations in season 3. Oh my goodness. They are not in their own place in Atlanta. They are in Europe. They run into some close calls with, people getting mad at them and misunderstandings because of the culture, and I don't know, Paperboy gets his phone taken by a fan who is just crazy about him, and that's like, it shows you the craziness of fans and fan stuff when famous people go through, and then he wants to try to hide and not be known, and then he ends up dreaming and you don't think he's dreaming and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of situations like that in this show, though, especially in season 4. I know, because it was the last episode that I just watched, but so it's very fresh in my mind. But season 3 is where we're in right now. One of the things in season 3 that got to me and that I thought was funny is when the guy, you know, they were planning this whole thing, and then Paperboy cancels for whatever reason. So now, as Paperboy's agent, Glover's character, right, Ernest, yes, that's his name in the show, he had to freaking go to the guy and say, after taking all the money up front and kind of being a little bit difficult because that's what Paperboy wanted, right, because he's the go-between guy, he tells him, you know what, we're going to cancel the show, we can't do that, and then that European guy, he gets very mad. I mean, it's like freaking, he almost gets mad to the point to where it's like anime style, but, you know, he's not an anime, this is supposed to be, it's, you know, it's real, and it's a dude from Europe. He clenches his fist, he starts breathing hard, and he tells him, so many people came to see Paperboy, in his accent, right? I will destroy you. I will destroy you. He says that to him, and then Ern is like, yeah, okay. And he closes the door and he gets out of there. And then he chases him, and then there's this other guy, because, I don't know, in Europe they do this, they dress up as, I don't know, it's so crazy, so silly, but they dress up as dark-skinned people. So one happens to look like Ern, and that actually saves him, because that guy starts going over there punching his lights out over and over and over again, but it's the wrong guy. He totally doesn't know why he's getting pummeled, but Ern is already gone at that point. So I thought that was funny. So silly, that show. But it has its humor is very unique. It's like I said, it's a mixture of art pieces and truth, with a little bit of silliness and it is a comedy, but it's almost like comedy in a very serious way. I don't know how to explain it except for that. Okay, so now, thank you guys for sticking around. Like, subscribe if you like videos like these. If you like Supreme Me's take on things, I would appreciate your like and subscribe. You will. like, and subscribe. Alright, we're going on the 10th minute. Let's move along. So, by the end of season 3, I know, Vanessa has her little weird thing. I don't know what it is, but she's going through this psychological thing to where she literally goes to, Ern actually sees Vanessa in, the place that they're at, which was, I think at this particular time in season 3, it was Amsterdam. Yes, so we're in Amsterdam. So eventually, she ends up going to France, and her friends find her over there in Paris. Yes, Paris, France. And she has another identity, and she even has the accent, and she, like, has been over there for quite some time, and like, went someplace in her mind that she thought she was a local there and everything. Matter of fact, I didn't even think that was really her, and then it turns out that it was. And when her homegirl asked her about, what about your daughter? You know, you're staying over here and you're working at this place. What about your daughter, Lottie? And then that's when she snapped out of it and went crazy and told everybody to just get the heck out. And she was at this one restaurant where they were serving fried human hands is what they were serving. I don't believe it. It's absolutely grotesque. I don't know what kind of restaurant that was or what kind of place in Europe that is, but I'm sure real places like that exist, and I tell you, in Supreme Me's universe, that bullcrap will not exist. That is gross. But anyways, over in this particular part of the world, she stepped out of it. She was helping them prepare the hands for these people to eat, and then they realized that that's what they was eating. The homegirls there, they ran out of there and got the heck out of there. You have to eat it with a rag over your face, and it's a custom that they do. It's a very disgusting custom. So anyway, she was cool after that, and she basically went back home to her daughter, and then, so we continue on. Well, season 4, which is the last season that I watched, is about them being back in Atlanta. They're back in Atlanta, and they're doing what they need to do. Paperboy's trying to do this thing. He's trying to have his ranch, where he's trying to, do a farm and, be on farmland and be on his own for a moment. And then you got Ern, who's spending more time with Vanessa and the daughter. The daughter's a little older. The funny episode in season 4 was they take the little daughter, and it turns out she really likes acting, but the mama knows that her being a child actor is probably not the best thing for her. And there's this guy there, he's running the whole thing. His name is Mr. Chocolate, and basically, Mr. Chocolate was basically Ernest dressed up as, I know it was. He was dressed up as this character. They put makeup on his face and put padding in there to make him look fat and different and stuff like that. But basically, he was, saying, your daughter's a wonderful actor and she will work for me. She will work for me. And it got to the point to where, Vanessa couldn't find her. She was going over all these different sets. Like, where's my daughter? And she was like going crazy and stuff like that. It was absolutely hilarious. But there is some truth to that. They love them when they're little kids, and then when they get older, they'll just boot them out in the streets, and then say they don't know them anymore. And so anyways, we move along, during the last episode where our Nigerian friend was, trying to get in a tank to try to clear his mind in this tank that you sit in, and he didn't realize he was dreaming, and that thing went on. You didn't even know what he was dreaming, and then he was talking to somebody about that, and they're saying, that's a side effect of the tank. You don't know what's real and what's not, because, you're in the tank all the time, or too much, and stuff like that. So that was funny. They were trying to support a brother man who got trained by somebody in Japan to be a sushi handler, and he was serving a sushi restaurant in Alabama. Atlanta, where they're at. Not Alabama, oh my God, Atlanta. And he was saying, he gave a little speech at the end. I don't want to blow it. You guys should see it. It's the last episode of season 4. But anyways, I think overall, Atlanta is a very fine show, and you should watch it. No matter what race you are, no matter what ethnicity you are, we're all one race. We are all the human race, all you wonderful creations out there. Of course, I'm Supreme Me. I'm a creation of wonderful I'm a creation of another wonderful creation of a real person who decided to create me, and here I am. But that concludes the video. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Supreme Me, out.